Yo, it's Guido coming at you with a quick tactic, and today we're gonna do the Olay. Olay. I don't know. See Olay. Like the bullfighter and the bull going by, and you Olay, and off he goes. All right. So there's several versions of this. Well, I mean, there's a million permutations of this thing, but we're gonna talk about this one, and maybe a couple others as I drag them out. I'm in my Type 58, working on the experience to get ready for the Chinese heavy tanks with rockets and lasers attached to their head. Angry sea bass. And there's a Su-100M1 right there. And he is coming at me. We're winning pretty well. I just killed his buddy over here, the Jagdpanther, I believe it was. The J-Panther. And here he comes. So, kind of bumming about that because that's a tier 7 TD with some really good armor. He has bad penetration. If he needs a shot on me, he's going to have to come over the hill. I do have some friends that I'm hoping will help me out. But how do I handle these kind of things? A lot of times people will just face hug them and hope for the best. What you want to do is Olay these suckers and try to get around behind them. All right, so yeah, that's pretty standard getting behind a casemate. It works really well for casemates. Not as effective for guys with turrets, but can be because the turret may take a long time to get online with you and you may be able to buy some precious seconds. So let's talk a little bit how we handle this knife fighting here as we come in. I'll show you what I'm doing with my camera. Now I know he's coming at me. I don't know right now he's going to come up and over, so I'm kind of waiting here in case he takes a hit from somebody who might be helping me out. Maybe that will dissuade him from coming downhill. But I figure more than likely he's going to get a shot on me. So as he continues to come in, I'm going to go ahead and aim in. I'll just take the shot on the lower armor. So he gives me that lower plate, so I'll take that. And I know I'm going to get hit in the side. Now, the reason I'm going from, in this case, left to right, is I want to get some momentum and try to make it harder for him to swing and keep his gun on me. I don't know what he's going to do from here, but what I really hope he does is he comes downhill and I can get by him. So he kind of charges me thinking he's going to face hug, and I just do the Olay, all right? So he comes at me, he's going to have a hard time slamming on the brakes, he's got a lot of momentum coming downhill, and I'm able to back out of the way. So that's one way to do it. I do that a lot. You get moving forward for the head fake and come back and then uses a momentum against him, and we'll get a shot in there, although it takes me a little while to get that shot. Now, bummer, he backs up smartly, right? I don't have, because I'm backing uphill, I can't get around behind him. Plus I'm going backwards, which is slower than going forwards in general. And I know I'm going to eat a shot. And it's possible he high rolls me. Might even not even need a high roll. I don't remember what the alpha is on this thing. It's pretty good. I figure, well, he may kill me right here, but if I can get another shot, maybe I can work myself around. So we'll just accept it. He takes the hit. All right, great. I'm going for a shot on his... I really screwed that up right there. I was actually auto-aiming him. What I needed to do was get into his track much sooner. All right, so that's just old fingers and whatnot trying to get going. Couldn't get doing what I wanted to do. We try to track him there. It doesn't work, and here he comes, and we'll just Olay him again. I don't know why. I don't know why he swallowed the fly, but he just did the same thing. So I backed out. He goes by, and we'll Olay. Now, here's the tricky part. He backs up pretty quickly, right? And I want to go up here, and I want to actually push him. So now we've got the bully fight pushing each other, and it has to do with hit points per ton, how much turn your tank can do, the whole turn, degrees per second, all these calculations, your weight, your engine horsepower, yada yada. And the question being then whether I can push him or he can push me. So let's see how this goes down here. And he does a pretty good job here. He actually scrapes me off on this dead tank. So that's something to think about if you're actually being pushed around like I am doing to him. But I get the shot off before he can get his gun online. It was a very, very close thing. So we Olay that guy twice. Let's go look for some other examples. All right, this one's a little bit less of an Olay and more of a oh hey. Here, they've pushed us out of the sniper hill. We didn't really have many snipers on the hill to begin with, but the LPC and the KPZ, two of the 8s on the other team, and I'm in my 6, my Type 58 once again. And I've only got these guys backing me up, a couple TDs and a 3045M and a 1375. So the TL1 LPC has gone across to this little position here. Quite interesting. I'm going to have to think about that. I don't know. I guess he's pretty well protected from the guys up here, more or less. So think about that. I don't know if there's a corresponding spot on the other side to do what he just did, but I can't sit here hold down. He's just going to have a heyday with me. I'm going to have a 0% chance most of the time unless I can get to one of his hatches, and he's just going to pen through my turret. So I'm out of here, right? So this is more of the oh hey than the Olay. heading on out of here. I should have had my turret backwards. There's the KPZ just coming at us. I get an auto aim on him. We shoot him, bounce it, unfortunately. And now we're just going to use these buildings and a little bit of... Notice that he used a little power slide to try to get his hull aligned. Otherwise, he wasn't going to make that turn. So I let that kind of happen there. Let it happen. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm trying to go around this guy, and I'm just doing everything I can to keep his gun off me for as long as possible. And I would say, based on his reload, that I actually saved myself taking a shot a little bit early right there. So not the classic Olay right by this guy, but just give him a hard time. Now I see the TL1 LPC coming at me. Like, well, do I survive him? I do. Let's just... Can I sneak around this corner? Whoa! Oh, and he hit. All right, fellas. I think he was auto-aimed, right? It looks like that shot went right for my center of mass, which was right about where he hit the wall. So just coming around that corner right there, trying to avoid the old bull rush from the TL1 LPC, kept me alive that much longer. Put a shot into him. And I just don't have the XL to get away from him. I'm like, oh, can I make it around the corner? I did get one more shot, and then I die. And then what's great about this is these guys get in here, and they end up killing the TL1 LPC. Little shot on him. 3045 comes in. He eats a shot, I believe. Yep. But he's doing a nice job, and boom, down goes the second tier 8. So obviously I'd rather be alive, but we're looking pretty good if you look at the situation on the map there in terms of how many of their guys are dead. And the 3 of us over here, just the 3 of us, took care of 2 tier 8. So fantastic. I guess not so much an Olay, but an oh hey. I think I have one. All right, the next Olay. You know, I just remember what I was thinking when I kept these 3. The first one was the classic, get them to go buy a trick. The second one was just sort of enticing them into the other's guns, more so in a holy crap runaway matter, right? And more, you know, if I planned that whole thing to entice those 2 guys in, I would be lying, right? They came at me, and we were able to work around and keep myself alive just long enough to put more shots down and get rid of both of them. Then here's another example right here. I know I've got shots on guys back here. Here he comes. I've seen him come up and around the corner. He's the last guy alive. I could have sat here, but I was on a reload, and there's no reason to sit here on a reload. So I'm going to come around this corner, spin around, see if I can get one shot on this guy. And I'm really hoping that some of my dudes over here will help it. So here comes the bull rush. And I would imagine, for his standpoint, he's figuring, whatever, let me go try to get a kill on this 59 hit point guy. Maybe I can come around this corner and kill him before they see me. So the old Olay, come on in here. The bullfighter is enticing the bull on in. We'll get ready to take our shot. We get our shot there, figuring I should die, but I don't, because the Alpine Tiger nukes that guy. Olay! So there you go. Just some kind of knife fighting techniques right there. I'll try to come up with more of the get him to go buy a trick. I didn't have one with, say, a turret versus a turret. I don't know, I dropped a video a while back, that was the subject, but it was the wrong video, and then I deleted the replay, and then the patch came, and wow. The sun was in my eye and a rock was in my shoe. So it didn't happen. But this was more what I was talking about. What I'd like to get, though, is the ones where you get the 2 tanks circling, talk a little bit about keeping the gun online, line of sight, and things like that. But keep this in mind, overall, for all 3 of those, that even when it looks like you're about to get wiped out, there are some things you can continue to do, and it typically requires some maneuver. Try to keep their turret off of you as long as possible, or their gun in the case of a casemate. And the longer you last, the more a chance of either you reloading and getting them, or somebody else getting in there and helping kill them. So that's all I've got for my QT for today. We will see you.